What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Excuse me. I think I have the cold, but so bear with me today. Anyways, welcome back to the show. I hope everybody's doing fine. Just hold on. Well, this is gonna be a hard stream on me, but we can make it a short one. Anyways, hope all of you are doing fine, like I said, and you've been cutting the market and not the market, cutting you instead, the other way around. It's been interesting to see what happened today when it comes to the fundamentals. Yesterday we were wondering what happened, what was driving the price to go down so fast on a Sunday night. And except for the TA, the reasons connected to the TA, there were fundamental reasons that we know about now, okay? And I'll get into it, but before I get into it, let's do some TA on Bitcoin and see what's going on and so forth, and so on and so forth, as usual. So, I think there are like a few things that are still looking okay when it comes to TA, and then a few things telling us probabilities are higher that we are gonna see another leg down, okay? And then we'll take it from there, but probabilities right now, the risk is more to the downside still, okay? Like in my opinion, at least. So, daily candle closed. We pulled up a little bit, but really doesn't matter because we still couldn't pull up at least, close at least above 16,320 levels. We just pulled up and that was it. We still have positive momentum on the histogram, and MACD is pretty much still bullish. Nothing has changed there. RSI is still below neutral. And we are still holding support. If you guys were watching the stream yesterday, then you guys already know about this support level that I spoke about. Looking at the 4-hourly chart, you can see clearly how, we got some demand back around these levels, okay, after dropping down low. Like, there's a lot of there was a lot of indecision, but it really, this really doesn't suck me in because, think of the weekly, still looking not so good, okay, right now. Daily, I mean, this isn't a line that, looks beneficial for the bulls, if anything. Like it looks bad, okay? Just hold on. And when it comes to the moving averages, still the same, still looking pretty much bearish. And have a look at the other moving averages as well. Okay, yeah, like I told you yesterday, it looked like we were being rejected, close to the short-term moving average. That is the 20 period, and it's still the same. That hasn't changed much. And on the 4-hourly, 20 period just started, going under, like it's, as I'm speaking, it's going under the midterm as I'm speaking, okay? And here you guys can see, you can see how we've been rejected since we fell out of that price I was talking about yesterday, which was very important for us to hold, which was around 16,420 areas. still not looking good. Like we're still, you know, below that level. We're still being rejected, you know, at that area when it comes, you know, to the this moving average as well. So things are not looking that bullish, in other words. We have this candle, you know, like we see some good confused market right now because while we are at support, otherwise we wouldn't be holding, you know, this level for almost, well, now for almost a whole day. Okay, not 24 hours, but 12, more than 12 hours. Let's see. Well, it is a whole day. Okay, 24 hours. We've been holding the support for 24 hours straight. Okay, but I think that's because, you know, market is confused. Like T is fighting with, you know, the fundamentals right now. Market is confused because we are at support, but then we have some bad news coming out on the other end. Let me try to bring that up for you guys. Hold on. This was not good, but then again, I think it was expected because we were fearing the same thing would happen to BlockFi. So here we go. So BlockFi filed for bankruptcy. This is from CSN. It got published like an hour ago, something like that. But the news came out maybe earlier today, much earlier. But this was published on CNN an hour ago or so. So crypto lender BlockFi filed for bankruptcy Monday, becoming the latest casualty of the financial contagion unleashed by the collapse of SPF, okay, Empire. BlockFi announced earlier this month it had halted withdrawals, citing significant exposure to SBF's FTX exchange, as well as its sister hedge fund Alameda. Okay, so Alameda and dozens of affiliates filed for bankruptcy on November 11. This is just not looking good. Shortly after filing for Chapter 11, BlockFi filed a lawsuit against SBF's Emergent Fidelity Technologies vehicle, demanding he turn over collateral that BlockFi claims it is owed. I mean, like I said, what happened with FTX is like the coronavirus, you know, like it's just like COVID, you know, just, you know, spreading everywhere and like catching people who are not, you know, protected. And I'm not talking about vaccinated and so on, but just, you know, a bit, you know, cautious, you know, with getting too close with the people who are the ones responsible for spreading it. Okay, that is just see SPF as COVID himself. Okay, he's like COVID 2022. He's the new version of COVID when it comes to the crypto space. It's crazy. Anyways, in its bankruptcy filing, BlockFi said it owed money to more than 100,000 creditors. The largest creditor listed is Ancora Trust, okay, which is owed $729 million. And FTX, BlockFi's second largest creditor, is owed $275 million. Okay, so now BlockFi is also biting the dust. Like, I don't know who else or which other exchanges are gonna follow, or maybe this is the last one, which I doubt, but we will see. In the crypto world, the minute you see a company or firm announce we're temporarily halting withdrawals, yikes. This is so very true, okay? This is a quote by, well, the one who said this was Daniel Roberts, editor-in-chief of Decrypt Media, a crypto-focused news outlet. You put them on that watch now. Exactly. I couldn't agree with him more. Like, this is 100%, okay? 100%. Mago, welcome to the show. Hello, everybody. Unfortunately, looks like we're going through a domino effect when it comes to these firms and brokerage and blockchain technology. Yes, very much so. Like, unfortunately, that's what it looks like right now. I mean, this is really one of the worst years for the crypto space. I know there was anti-Gox hack, and I know, there were so many exchanges like I forgot some of the names, but there were many exchanges, that got hacked, and or the CEO himself stole the money and ran away with the money and so on. And then this year we got Luna, we got BlockFi, we got FTX, like there was Voyager, there was 3AC. There is so many things out there just telling us this might not be over yet. I mean, we might see, just because of that, we actually might see the risk to the downside play out. Otherwise, Mago, I hope you've had a good day and you're feeling well and all that. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate, very unfortunate, especially for the new people in the space. I mean, imagine not understanding, the technology behind blockchain, and you're just in it for the money, and these kind of stuff happen and you lose money, and then it's gonna be difficult, for many it's gonna be difficult believing in the crypto space. That's why, people like us, ourselves, have to show that there are still, people that are good, that, aim for the best, and aim for people not to be wrecked, and so on and so forth. Is yeah, enough of the bad actors, like I said last time. Enough. They're really ruining it for other projects, like other things. The good thing in all this, let's say, there's a garden, and there's this, poisonous, flower that's poisoning the rest of the flowers and so on. But then there's this one rose that makes it. One rose that is looking okay. Okay? And that rose is something like, right now it's Bitcoin. Even though there are a lot of things that look shaky, we can't say, fundamentally Bitcoin is looking bad. I believe it's the future, and right now we're going through a big shaking. I'm going to hold on and stick to it while others will jump ship, and that's how it is sometimes. Yep, those who hold on are gonna, be the winners at the end, really. So I agree with you. Those who can't take this market, and this, on top of that, this market is gonna be building, a stronger mentality in you, like psychologically, because if you can survive this year in crypto and still hold on, and you're busy, growing instead of hating on the whole space, when the market turns around, when the bull market, knocks at our door, the ones who are still here, the ones who are learning, the ones who are investing in education, the ones who are holding on, not, getting out as fast as, it gets a bit scary, are the ones who are gonna be the winners as well, you see? I believe in the motto, quitters never win and winners never quit. It's really that way. Quitters never win and winners never quit. So you're already a winner by not quitting while everything is going on and just, thriving to become the best version of yourself and advancing. So yesterday, we were talking about the liquidations and what's going on and why is it, looking so horrible that fast on a weekly candle close. I guess, some people already knew about what BlockFi was doing, if not BlockFi themselves, getting their funds out, selling and so on. We saw it on the TA, but, seeing the fundamentals that backed it up, that kind of back up the cause of this downside action is also good to know. Okay, that's why I always go like, yes, show me the chart and I'll tell you the news. But at the same time, it's not bad to have an eye on the fundamentals as well. That's true, with a lot of inside information that we definitely don't know about. Yeah, exactly. Like, unless there's somebody who knows somebody in BlockFi and so on, it's very hard for us, the rest of us, to know what's going on. So it could be, some people were already aware and, they were getting ready before letting the news out in the market and before people, selling, which would result in them selling, at lower prices if they don't get to do it first before the rest of, us. So it's so much, game in this, like so much game. Like if you're not in the inside, that's why you have to be like strong when it comes to the analysis part and so on and so forth, because like otherwise, if you're not in the inside and you're neither good at analysis and so on, then it's not gonna be that good. Like it's not gonna be that good. So I guess good for them, but also good for us that we know how to analyze the market, and we're kind of, a bit cautious, just observing, looking for what was to happen next. But we're also aware at the same time that if we couldn't, break above this level, more likely that the, bad divergence that we saw on the RSI and also on the histogram would play out, which kind of happened. But interesting how there's, confusement in the market right now, because fundamentals are trying to eat it up on one side, and then people who actually do TA are trying to beat it up in the other side. Hence, we got, this kind of formation right now. But looking at the daily, I'm not convinced with Bitcoin. Like, really, unless we break above at least 16,330 or 16,000, $400, just to be a bit more conservative, $450 on a 4-hourly. I'm still saying risk is more to the downside because I don't see anything else right now, saying otherwise. Sell pressure kind of came back yesterday in the prior volume bar. It's not looking that healthy. Have a look at Ethereum as well. Yeah, okay, so now it's even looking worse than what it did yesterday, because yesterday at least we were above this, critical level, 1170-ish levels, right? And look what happened today. Looks like we broke it. Still positive momentum on the histogram. MACD still bullish. RSI still below neutral. But in general, we got rejected by the bottom line of the channel. Okay, we did hit targets or profit taken. Well, not targets, resistance levels or profit taking levels. We got other indications on the Eastern indicators telling us be cautious, you know, like one of the side is losing steam. That would be the bulls. So daily is not looking that great, really. The fact that we are below $1,200 again is not a good sign. Also here, a lot of things implying market was confused and so on. There's no nice divergence or anything like that. MACD is bearish again on the 4-hourly chart. Well, 4-hourly time frame. Same. It's not looking that healthy. Like we're still above, 1,150. I guess that's okay. Okay, 1,150 levels. We're still above it, but the minute we break below 1,137 areas, that's not gonna be that good for Ethereum, because we might go and revisit parallels. But for now, we're still above 1,150, which is fine. I forgot, like I had a line drawn on my other chart, but I forgot to draw it here, I guess. Hold on. I don't think we ever came down to 50 levels, but we came all the way to 51. Okay, same. And if you wonder why, it's where we had some type of resistance last time, okay? So some type of support. But I do not like the fact that we are below 1,168 for Ethereum, okay? And if we get above 1,200-ish, we still have that resistance, around 1,220 again and so on. Like, it's gonna take a while till I can say we are out of the woods, because we're still not. If we break above 1,220-ish levels to 1,240-ish levels, fine. At least if we can close a daily above 1,200. Just this red dashed line right here, okay? If we can break up above it, well, fine. We could see a continuation all the way, up here. If not, the way things are looking, I mean, look at this. Look at this prior daily candle. This is more bearish, if anything, okay? This is not what you want to see, and this is after some bad divergence that developed. Now it means, like really, if we can't, close, until we close anything above, 1,340-ish levels, just know that this divergence is very much valid, okay, implying more downside. Please continue. I'll be right back, just in case you ask me something and you get no response. No problems, Mago, no problems. Thank you for letting me know. So that's Ethereum, guys. Risk still to the downside. We are below critical levels, so yeah, not looking that juicy. Looking at my other chart, looks like the short-term moving average, wants to curl below the mid-term for now. And we got rejected by the 20-period moving average on point, literally on point, on the daily, okay? It's been acting as resistance when it comes to the price action. Every time we got close to it, we got pushed down. Every time we got close to it, we got pushed down. So that's Ethereum. If we lose 1,100 and 38-ish levels, see eventually at our lows again, these levels again, not much holding us. Eventually, if we break that, like I told you last time, to around $188 first, but things are not looking that good. Okay, next. So Ripple yesterday, funny, right? The support we spoke about, we came, we almost, touched it. Look at this, twice also, not just once. Let me do this, guys, because otherwise you guys are not gonna understand what this is. So, doing this live, I said that this was old support turning into new resistance or new profit taking levels. Hence, we came all the way here, we touched it, and then we started, going back down again. Let me just there you go. Okay, so Ripple is is not looking well. Like it was looking good. Look, for Ripple, for me, time to get in was around these levels. Okay, if not around these levels, around these levels. If you now missed, these levels and you wanted, to be sure, it was around these levels, support and Eastern indicators telling you, we're gonna have a push probably to the upside. And after, the nice divergence developed as well. Okay, but right now it's time to be very cautious, especially when it comes, to the daily, 4-hourly, and so on. Short term, it's another thing, another discussion. But when it comes to daily and so on, I'd be very cautious because we do have some bad divergence, developing. Even though histogram still positive momentum, it's getting weaker. MACD is still bullish, yep, and RSI couldn't really break above, neutral levels. I'd be cautious. I'd be very cautious. Like, sure, we held, we came, we touched support, and we kind of, went back up again, but it's not, implying on the daily at least. Like, there's nothing telling me right now that it's fine, except for the Eastern indicator, okay? That is looking okay-ish, but otherwise, daily, I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced. I gotta see something else, okay, except this. On the 4-hourly chart, well, it's looking better actually. It's actually looking better, surprising, but it is looking better. But we do have resistance around 0.39 levels, okay? Old support, new resistance, so keep that in mind. If we break out of this level, then we could probably see 0.42, again 0.4 to 0.42. Wouldn't be surprising, but we do have resistance around these levels, okay? So that's a Ripple. If we break anything below, and now we're talking, support because we just spoke about the resistance areas, right? So if we break, and we're talking for the midterm, short term, not midterm, swings between, short to midterm when it comes to the 4-hourly. So if we break below this support right here, guys, just highlight it, okay? Look at the price, below this support right here. Should be around 0.3682, 0.37 levels, okay, around these levels. Next support is around 0.35 levels, okay, 0.36, 0.35 levels around these areas. And if that breaks, If that breaks, guys, see eventually back around 0. Well, these levels right here, 0.34 to 0.33. Okay, my throat is like in pain. Excuse me, guys. Welcome back, Mago. So these are the next levels I'd be, keeping an eye on. That is, if we lose this last, support, which was acting as resistance and, profit taking levels. So I want to change the color at the same time. Just hold on. I don't want it to be a yellow box within another yellow box. Let me try to do this instead. Okay, much better. So you can see, the main last support, these around these levels, and the crucial recent support that we need to hold. Okay, but looking at the daily, I don't see anything implying, like, except for this line, I don't see anything implying on any reversal right now at the moment, so I'd be very cautious. Okay, that's Ripple. What we need to break above, and what we could see if we break above that one, 0.4 to 0.15-ish, let's say 0.42, just to be a bit more conservative. And if we break below this support level, which we already came and almost touched, it's going to be important for us to hold the bottom of this box, otherwise see you eventually around these levels. Okay, so that's Ripple. Mago, excuse me, I'm just gonna bring something to drink. So I'll be back in 2. Until then, I'll keep the Bitcoin chart on. Maybe more fun with the 10 minutes as usual. So, okay, I'll be back in 2. Stay tuned and see you soon. I'm back, guys. Sorry if it took a bit longer. Okay, so Bitcoin's still holding on. Let's move on to the next one. Before I do, I'm gonna go chat. Even the ones that are replaying, the show later on. If you have any market that you would like me to have a look at, doesn't matter if it's stocks, doesn't matter if it's crypto, commodities, whatever, just let me know in the comment section and so on. And the one that is most requested, I will go ahead and take it up on the next live. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's have a look at Cardano. Okay, so look, the support that we spoke about, that could hold on the last stream is still pretty much, holding right now. But guess what? We broke out of, a certain level, which is crucial. So it's not looking that good. Like this is what's a bit confusing when it comes to Cardano. A bit. There is some nice divergence going on, like very nice divergence, on the R side that is developing, on the daily that is, but weekly we're still not out of the woods. Like histogram is still, positive and so on, but and MACD is still bullish, but there is still some bad divergence, developing on the weekly, okay? But daily, like in some strange way, look at this. There is still some nice divergence, okay? Look at the, R side, look at this. There's still some nice divergence developing. Thing is, if we break out of this, box right here, which is, hand in hand with this support line right here, okay? Well, acting as support for now. If we break it, we are eventually gonna see 0.25 levels for a start. There are other levels after that, but for a start, we are eventually gonna see 0.25. So we can't like rule that out, but we have to be aware of everything that's going on, when it comes to the TA. Hence, I'm speaking about it, but I don't like the fact that we broke out of this, crucial line. It only means risk is also to the downside, okay? Like, don't be surprised if we break this level. It wouldn't be surprising. It's holding, yes, but I don't know, guys. Like, if we come all the way to 0.27, 0.25-ish levels, it wouldn't be that surprising. Otherwise, there is really not much I can add. Like, if we break, let's say, because the moving average is still, looking the same since the last time I spoke about Cardano. Looking at the 4-hourly, we do see a bit of a confusement, going on the market, right? Or on the chart. We literally we touched the, top side of this box, which is support, but Look how this line is now acting, you know, old support is acting as resistance. Look how we touched it, we got rejected. We broke out of it with a wick, doesn't matter, okay, since it's just a shadow. We're still below it. If we can break above this level, we are around 0.387, okay, we might go ahead and see this old support level, okay, which would be around 0.3126, you know, anywhere between 0.3112 to 0.3126 areas. And then it's in line with this short-term moving average, which could, you know, mean that it might, you know, act as resistance again. And another bad news for Cardano, I'm looking at my other screens, and on one of them I see that the short-term moving average just got below the midterm. Like, as I'm speaking, it just got below the midterm, okay? So that's not a good sign for Cardano, okay? If we break above 0.126, I can imagine us seeing again 0.32, 0.23 levels. Let's just say 0.32 to 0.3295, like 0.33-ish, around, you know, that level, okay? But it's like far-fetched right now since we are below this line. I'm just letting you know targets that we could see if we at least, you know, get above 0.3126, 0.3138, okay, around these levels, then fine, we might see these areas again. But risk is also to the downside. Like, look, this is what we have to keep in mind. If Bitcoin has another leg down, if that plays out, very much so that we are gonna see, you know, many other altcoins follow the trend. And that's why I tell you guys, do not fight the trend. Like, don't fight the trend. It's another thing to, for example, for me, when I talk about, you know, I'd rather go in at support than get out at support. It's another thing. But then when the general macro trend, when the macro trend is, you know, a downtrend, when I say the stuff I say about, you know, I'd rather get in at support, I'm talking short term. For example, just a simple example. Let's say, hypothetically, let's say I want to do a trade because it's at support, okay? It's at support and I want to take a trade. I'd rather take it here than take it somewhere at these levels, because here it is resistance areas, okay? I'd rather get in here, and then we're talking short term, right? And I'd rather get out. Look, you see this line, which was acting as resistance, you know, before we broke out of it. The moment we broke out of it, it started acting as support. This is what I always try to teach you guys, you see? So I'd get out, you know, around these levels. So it would be like, let's say, the 2% in an hour or so, you see? And I definitely, if I get in at these levels, I definitely have, you know, a stop loss right around 15,900. Because if it breaks 15,900, there's more downside. You see? You following, chat? So it's always, you know, better to get in at support, but do not forget the macro trend. Like, what's the macro sentiment of the market? If it's a downtrend, then those tight stop losses that I always speak about is important to have. Okay? Let's have a look, by the way, at this one. look, it's gonna be bad for Bitcoin the moment we are around these levels again. It's danger zone. Okay, we are already generally in a danger zone, but the moment we get closer to lower levels, it's not a good look at all. Okay, next. Let's have a look at LTC, the one that's been looking good, even though yesterday it also got affected because, you know, Bitcoin had a bad Sunday evening or Sunday night. That is, if I find it, just hold on. Okay. Oh, this is, well, this is so far so good. It would be a dangerous thing for Litecoin if we break anywhere below $62 to $60, you know, then it's whatever we spoke about, you know, is gone. But I kept on telling you guys, the fact that we broke out of this descending wedge is not a little, you know, not a small matter, okay? It's a significant breakout. Like, it's a nice breakout. Like, it's not bad. Histogram is still positive, even though we do have some type of, you know, bearish divergence, you know, hinting. On top of that, MACD is still bullish, and this is on the weekly, okay? And RSI is above neutral. So there are more good signs than bad signs looking at LTC still. And on the daily, what I like is after this pullback, look at this line. I like this line on the Eastern indicator, okay? And when it comes to the moving averages, daily is still looking good. Like, we need a bit more gap between the midterm and the long term, because short term is already above, you know, the other two, which is good. But all in all, it's not looking bad. And looking at my other screen, yeah, short term is above midterm and long term. So check, you know, it's fine. We broke out of this support level, and I did say if we break out of this support level, I think I said it yesterday, then very much so that we can come back and retest these levels. And if this was broken, we could have seen, you know, we would have seen some support here. But good news is we came around, you know, this level, fine. We pulled back. There's a nice, you know, candle line, but we need to get above 75.84 to $76, and then unfortunately we do have some resistance, okay, around $80 right now, $82, $84. But the moment we break out of this level, there's literally nothing that's holding us until maybe 94-ish to 106-ish levels, okay, and then we'll take it from there. Let me just double check. Yeah, 95-ish to 106, somewhere around these levels, okay? Then the main one we'd have to break is around $115. I could do a Fibonacci on it. Just hold on. But go. I always thought, and I could be wrong, thought it was best to go in the train that is going like the 4-hour or the 6-hour or the daily. That way, if it goes the wrong way, it will eventually go with the daily trend, whether it's short or long. Okay, let me read that one more time. Well, if the daily is looking better than the hourly, let's say the daily is looking better than the hourly, okay, or the 4 hourly is looking better than the hourly, then I'd put my weight into the daily or the 4 hourly, okay? But when the daily or the 4 hourly, I don't use the 6 hourly much, but same. But when the daily or the 4 hourly or the 6 hourly are kind of looking bearish, then if I'd make any, trade, I'd rather, make it short. Like I'd look at the hourly if I see anything, telling me otherwise. And sometimes there are some cases. This one, do not forget this one, Mago. There are some cases. Sometimes you do see a reversal on shorter time frames before it starts developing on longer time frames, on higher time frames. Okay. So it's you have to be flexible. You have to be flexible. Even for example, myself, even though I have had a lot of experience, I make sure that I'm flexible because you cannot stick to the same, trading style you did today, tomorrow as well. You have to be flexible and tweak it according to what you're seeing, according to the analysis you're doing, you see? Did I understand you correctly, or did I misunderstand the question? Oh, not the question, what you were saying. Okay, on the fib, we do have the golden pocket between 98 to 100, but I don't know if it was a question. It seemed like more a statement, but I think I understood. I don't know. Like I kind of. I don't know. You tell me. Like, did I understand your question correctly, or your statement, or did I misunderstand it? Because what I think you're saying is, for example, if I'm not mistaken, just go ahead and pause me. Like, if I'm mistaken, so you can understand, so you can explain better. Yes, you did understand my question. Sorry, typing fast again. No, no worries, no worries. It's okay. Okay, then just weigh out what I told you because it's better. Like most of the time, it is better to follow the higher time frames. Okay, like 1 day beats the 4 hourly, and 6 hour beats the 4 hourly. Like in case you trade, the 6 hour chart and so on. And all these definitely beat the hourly as well. But if the macro sentiment on the market is a downtrend, okay, then you have to be cautious. Then you have to be cautious. Like follow the trend, and when making, those paper trades, then it's better to stick to short term. But at the same time, in some cases, sometimes we do see when there is things implying there is a reversal when it comes to shorter time frames. Okay, so sometimes we see it in an hourly before it happens on a daily. Sometimes we see it on a 4 hourly before it happens on a daily. Sometimes we also see it on a daily before it happens on a weekly. So that also happens. Okay, so we have to be flexible now. And so you see, guys, I told you that I do not use the fib that much anymore. I respect the Fibonacci. Do not get me wrong. It is nothing that's, a crappy tool. It's actually one of the good tools, but at the same time, since I've developed my own style, I don't use it that much. Okay, but you saw the difference between the levels that I spoke about and the levels of the Fibonacci, for example, golden level and so on. There's a slight difference, okay, but at the same time, I did speak about $115, like that would be the main. That looks like it, could be the main on the fib as well, but when it comes to levels we can come and touch, I said between $95 to $106, and on the fib, the golden, area is definitely somewhere around 98-ish to $100. Okay. But I do not hate on the fib. Okay, I do not hate on the fib. I just don't use it. Like I said, everybody develops their own trading style eventually after a few years. So we just, do it different. There are people who use it. There are people, well, I don't use it, but there are also people, I think there are also people like me that don't use it. I'm not sure. I haven't, I don't watch a lot of other analysis, technical analysis. Damn. Okay, I'm getting a bit tired. Just let me have a sip of my water. Hope you had a good laugh on that one. Got a bit tongue-tied. Okay, so that's Litecoin. Interesting. Looking interesting, really. You remember we were looking at one market, I think it was in the beginning of last week, if I'm not mistaken. It was looking okay, and I found it by, just going around coin market and seeing what was looking fine. This is what happened so far with BNX. Like, the moment we closed above 161, we came and touched the second resistance level. Look, TA got respected. Okay, TA got respected, but we couldn't break above, 180-ish dollars. Okay. On top of that, we got another pattern telling us time to get out. And right now, MACD is looking bearish. We got negative momentum as well. Our side is below neutral, okay? Like, there is some bad divergence that developed on the R side, hence we are seeing this, action as well. The nice thing is, the good thing is, we came to the support level that I spoke about. We touched it, but guys, if we break this level, it's not going to be looking that juicy for BNX, okay? But we came, we touched it, we pushed up a little bit, and now we're trying, to hold above this level, above 140 to $135. Like, it literally came and got respected to the dot. But if it loses that support, like I said, $128, okay, 128 to 124 wouldn't be that surprising, okay? Just letting you guys know. So let me just do this. Short-term moving average is starting to decline. Okay, if it gets below the midterm, that would not be that good. Looking at my other screen, moving averages still look okay. Like, short-term is above the midterm, and well, there's one thing you have to know: the midterm is looking like it's acting as some type of a resistance, MA right now. So for us to see, you know, a bit more action to the upside, we have to at least, you know, break above this level right here. I can turn it into blue now since it was support earlier. So if we can break above 100 and just stretch it out. There you go. If we can break above 149-ish dollars, okay, I think even on a 4-hourly, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, even on a 4-hourly, then we can eventually come back and, you know, see 154 and so on. But if we get above this bottom line of the box, we don't have any, you know, resistance until 163 to 164 dollars, okay. And yeah, so 4-hourly, if we break above this box, close any candle above this box, eventually around 153-ish, 155-ish. If we break above 155-ish dollars on a 4-hourly, then eventually 163 to 164 dollars. But so far, it's respected TA to the dot. And I know, Mago, you were one of them that was, you know, watching the show when we, you know, did TA on this one live. And you can see how, you know, TA got respected, you know. So it's like if you would have, for example, hypothetically, if you'd get in at resistance, it's a bit more difficult for you, you know, to see a rise, and then it's not that good of a trade. But when you get in at support, it's another thing. It's another story, okay? So that's BNX. Let's see if there's anything else we should have a look at. Fine, H-bar. So some people, you know, I appreciate you all, even the ones that, you know, hit the dislike button. I don't mind, go ahead, because I don't mind critic. But some people did not like the fact that I said that H-bar was kind of looking weak on the short video that I made for H-bar. But this is the thing, guys. I'm not coming and look, whether I hate H-bar, whether I love H-bar, I'm not gonna tell you what I think I want on the chart, you know, to happen. All I'm gonna do is come in here and tell you what I see, what I observe, okay? And then you make your own decisions. Like, it's fine. It's another thing if I was a bad analyst, okay? Like, it would be different, but that's not the case here, okay? So when I said it's looking weak, I'm still sticking to it. Sorry to those of you who love H-bar, but I'm still sticking to it for a reason, okay? I did say if we break above this level, 0.049 ish levels, you know, mini resistance, we would come all the way to 0.05 ish levels, and we could even, you know, come all the way here, but it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as we are within this. Let me just, you know, drag this parallel channel. Let me just do this. I want to change the price area, so settings, extend, there you go. So as long as we are within this parallel channel and volume is looking crappy, okay, literally, I can't change my mind when it comes to TA. Like, I can't. It doesn't matter if I love it, it doesn't matter if I hate it. Like, I cannot change my mind. I gotta tell you guys, I gotta make you aware of what I observe when it comes to the analysis part, okay? So look, right now there is some nice divergence developing on H-bar. Right now, we haven't seen it, you know, before, but right now we do see it, okay? that is on the histogram, but MACD is bearish. This is the 4-hourly chart. MACD is bearish. RSI is below neutral. Okay, there is no divergence, any divergence on the RSI when it comes, to the bulls. And when it comes to the bears, the bearish divergence played out. Simple as that. Okay. So still, if we can't get above, I'm saying again, okay, if we can't get above at least 0.051, 0.053, it's not that interesting as a chart, because we might just, have this sideways action where we see it go up, down, until we see something else going on, developing, okay? And on top of that, on the daily, there is bad divergence developing. It's not complete yet, but it is developing. The only way it's going to be invalid is if we break above 0.0639 levels, literally. Until then, it's the same, okay? Not much has changed. We are still above the heart line, but like, I don't know what to make of that when there is barely any volume going on each bar. So I don't know. Okay. Looking at the moving averages, it looks like it's benefiting the bears, if anything. Looking at my other screens, okay, there is one slight, new development, and that is that right now, as I'm speaking, and that can change just like that, okay? But right now, as I'm speaking, price action is like trying out the short-term moving average as support, as in we broke above the 20 period, okay, moving average. Do not get it confused with it mean bullish. I'm just saying price action is above the short-term moving average. It's holding it as support right now. Let me just bring it out so you can see what I'm talking about yourselves. Just hold on. Okay guys, you see this? This is what I'm talking about. We got the short term, we got the mid-term, we got the long term. So right now, for now, price action is of the short-term moving average. You know how many times it can also act as resistance, as we've seen earlier? But right now it is acting as support, but it really doesn't mean that it's looking fine, okay? Because daily, we got some bad divergence developing, okay? On the histogram, even though MACD is still bullish. So, and on top of that, this action that I'm seeing on the Eastern indicators does not really imply that the bulls are fine. If anything, it's implying that bears are pretty much in control still. Okay, just so you keep that in. Like I don't wanna come here and be that negative. Okay, like if there was something interesting to see, like Litecoin, BNX, Zen before the 86% pump, and so on and so forth. IOTA, for example, before the pump. I try to come and let you guys know, because just because the general crypto market sentiment is in a downtrend, it doesn't mean we're not gonna see some nice action in some markets. So, but I can't say that H bar is one of those that are looking strong still. Okay, it will be interesting. Look, for H bar, it will be interesting at least if we get above 0.05 to 0.05 to 9 levels. We close a daily above it. then it's gonna be a bit interesting. Okay, then we could see some little push to 0.055 for a start, and then 0.059 levels. Okay, if we close any 4-hourly candle above 0.059 or 0.06, not much holding us until these levels. Okay, but for now, do not forget the only nice thing that I kind of see on HMAR right now. There is a hint of nice divergence going on, and we are above this heart line still above it. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Oh look, even here on the Instagram histogram, there's already bearish divergence developing. So yeah, that's H4. What's Bitcoin doing? Okay, time for some education, because I just remembered one thing. The reason to why I made let me see where it is. Hold. There was this video I made. This was after Bitcoin had a hard crash, very hard crash. I think I was like, I'm not sure, I don't keep an eye on everyone, but I think I was one of the, because I didn't see a lot of people talking about it, so I think I was one of the first. Like, there could have been a few firsts, but I think I was one of the first telling you guys that it's time for us to see the push to the upside. Okay, but let me try to find where the video was so I can see the date and let you guys know. Hold on. You guys can have a look at the chart so far. I mean, until then. Okay, it's this video. Okay, I found the video, just hold on.
Bitcoin.
When did I make this video? I gotta find the date, so find it in the chart. Wow, I can't believe I've made so many videos already. Like, wow. Okay, 19th of June. Found it. 19th of June. Let's scroll back a little bit. Okay, it's right here. This was after we had the, and if you guys want to see the video yourselves, it's a shorts video. It's like just a minute long. Okay, and the title of the video is Bitcoin still under 20k but relief rally here. Okay, and of course altcoins follow and so on. But anyways, right here, this was after we had this, break to the downside. We lost, support around $20,300. We came all the way to 17,500 and something. Fine. What happened was, like, look, a lot of people were expecting this, to just, go ahead and crash. And this is a good explanation for the thoughts you shared with me, Mago. Okay. So we couldn't really, see much on the daily. Forget that this candle existed and so on. Okay. So 19th of June, right here. Okay. We couldn't see much looking at the daily, right? I made the video on the 19th, so it was this day. We couldn't see much, telling us, well, the reversal is on the way and so on. Really not much, right? On the daily, just let me circle it so we don't lose it. Hold on. You see XYZ? You're about to get blocked the hell out. Don't be coming here disturbing people and distracting them and so on. Go make your own channel and do what the F you want, okay? How did you even like post that? Like, I made sure people have to like subscribe before posting and coming here and wow, wow. Wrong choice. Bad idea. Incredible. Like, I made sure people have to subscribe before even commenting. And how the hell did he, she, whatever. Oh, yeah, chat. There's always, some rotten egg coming by now and then. Luckily, we can just remove them. Okay, there you go. Daily. So on the daily, this is the 19th of June. There was not much, telling us either, looking at the Instagram was still negative. MACD was still, bearish. Not much, our sign, no divergence. There was not much, telling us that no divergence either on the MACD. You see, like, not much telling us that, well, we could see some nice action, right? Except for in the, let me just do this. Hold on. A minute. I just gotta block this person. Just a minute. Okay, done. So we had a close here around 18,970, right? Then we had an open here around 18,000. Like, we opened also around these levels, but guess what happened? We went up, all the way to 20,709. Now let me bring back the video before I continue. So you guys understand what happened, okay? How's the music? Video up. How? Like, chat, how is this guy still here? Report again. Okay. Oh, he's gone. So the sound is a bit scratchy, so be ready because I was recording it through my phone. So be ready for the sound, okay? I don't want you guys to hurt, okay? So here we go.
Shorter time frame TA is telling us we could have a short-term relief rally to 20,700 or 21,000. If you like these contents, subscribe and like for more. Bitcoin looks like it's holding critical levels right now and bouncing off it, and shorter time frame TA is telling us we could have a short-term relief rally to 20,700 or 21,000. If you like these contents, subscribe and like for more. Bitcoin.
Got it? Let's put the music on again. So I came out before we hit levels of 20,700 or 21,000, levels on these areas. I came out and I said we could see in a short-term relief rally, okay? This was before this happened. This action happened, okay? We were still around 17,000 something when I made that video. So we couldn't see much on the daily, go. But if I zoom in to the hourly chart, look, when we zoomed into the hourly chart, okay, we could see some very important, development. We saw that RSI is kind of oversold, number one, okay. On top of that, people were not having a look at this then, and I understand because, everybody was freaking out, markets going down and whatnot. Do I have to do this every time I'm gonna zoom in to lower time frames? Lagging a bit, I guess. Trading view. Come on. Keep up. What the? Come on. Okay, hold on, guys. I gotta update the chart because it's lagging or something. There we go. Okay. Back to normal. Fine. There we go. 10 minutes. Wow. There gotta be some other way to make this happen because I don't. Like, is it me, or does TradingView just doesn't want to show a 10 minute? Like, what is this? Why is it acting out? This is very strange. Let me try it on the other chart. Hold on. I got another screen. Hold on. Yeah, I don't give up easily. Like, I'm gonna be complaining to TradingView because this should not be happening. If I want to see a 10-minute chart from way back, I should be able to without any problems. I cannot show you guys for some reason. Like, this should not be an issue. I think there's something, well, wrong with TradingView because it's definitely not from my part. PC is fine, everything is fine. Yeah, that's sad. What the? How can I get by this? Okay, never mind. I'll try to show you because I can't get into the 10-minute chart, unfortunately, but I'll try to show you the other things that were telling us a reversal is due after that horrible crash that we had. Okay, so we couldn't see much on the daily at all. Fine. 19th here, right? But then look what happened. We got this beautiful Eastern indicator after it was oversold. Okay, on top of that, it was oversold, by the way, on the hourly. I think I showed you ago. After that, we also had this nice divergence on both oscillators. Okay, even though MACD was bearish, we had nice divergence on both oscillators. But the one that broke it for me was something, that I saw, if I'm not mistaken, on the 10-minute chart, hourly chart, and 4-hourly chart, because looking at the daily, there was not much you could see. Okay, there was nothing to see there. So this is what I mean with, in some, I have seen others having temporary trouble loading, but wait a bit. Glad you made it, Freedom Sound. Yeah, because I know it's not the PC that's having any trouble because it's a strong one, but that's very strange. Maybe next time we'll continue it maybe on Discord or something. But Mago, you see, my point was sometimes you don't, see it immediately on the daily that a reversal is due. So you zoom into the lower time frames, okay? And this was while the market sentiment was pretty low. So before many people caught that a reversal was there, okay? Because if you're early in a trade, let's say in the market, you're the one who's gonna be a winner. Like the whole point was doing analysis on our own is to catch it before many other people do. Because if we can do that, then it means we are the ones who benefit, the most. Okay. And then another thing on the daily, after that thing happened on the 4 hourly, chart, this chart, okay, when we saw a lot of things indicating it was time for reversal on the daily, I got this. I caught the piercing pattern. So my initial like target was around 27,000 to 21,000. But then when I saw this daily close, because I did it before this happened, like you guys saw in the video, when I saw this daily close, I got another pattern. Sure, histogram was still negative, like I said, MACD was still, bearish, and so on and so forth. But I got another pattern telling us, okay, we might, chances are higher that there will be some type of continuation. But then we came and had resistance around this level. At that time, before I started, streaming daily, I had gray boxes instead of those, blue ones and so on. So it touched this area, but this crucial line, it got rejected once. We touched, like everything has been respected, like pretty much when it comes to TA. So sometimes it's good to go in on the lower time frames just to catch what's going on before everybody else does. Because isn't it better if you get in at these levels instead of getting in at these levels? If you get in at these levels and then you see, there is really no sign yet, telling you get out, then you can just, tweak your stop loss. Okay, you tweak your stop loss. You raise it a bit higher. Okay, you raise it. Maybe let's say hypothetically, I got in at these areas. Okay, I have a stop loss here. It rises. Okay, I have a stop loss here. I see something tell me, well, this is not done yet. Okay, then I come all the way and I raise it a bit higher. Okay, and then when it comes to this level, I see patterns tell me otherwise. Remove the stop loss, take profit, and get out, because there are better areas where I can get in. You follow me, chat? Was it a bit confusing? I got a bit pissed off on TradingView, on TradingView, but did I explain that good enough? So you see, when you see your paper trade playing out, let's call it paper trade playing out, you raise your stop loss. The more higher it's going, you raise your stop loss. Then when you see that you actually hit a target that you've been eyeing on, okay, time to take those profits, let it do its thing. There is gonna be a better time to get in again, and then you get it. Perfect. Okay, what's Dodge doing? Like, it's the only one that's up 5% since the day started. Well, okay. You guys remember when I told you yesterday? It's okay if we come here. It's okay. Like, it's okay to these levels, and it kind of has some action here, but then we continue to the upside. So We actually came, we touched this line to the dot literally, and now it looks like, you know, it's having a nice push, okay? When it comes to Dodge, we got positive momentum, MACD looking bullish, RSI is in bullish territories, okay? For those of you who missed yesterday's stream, a small recap. Moving averages are looking fine. Midterm is actually trying to get above the long term, which is also another good thing for Dodge. Let me have a look at the other moving averages, the usual ones. Oh, it was so close. It was so close, you know, before yesterday too. It looked like it was trying to roll over the midterm, and then it just, you know, curled up and started, you know, respecting what the bulls want. So right now, midterm is above the long term, and short term is above the midterm and the long term. So good, good, and good. Okay, all that so far so good. But we need to break above 0.11166. That would be around this level. Okay, all the way to this level to see these areas. I don't know why this one is. It should be a bit higher. Hold on. There you go. Okay. So we need to break above, you know, 0.0108 to 0.011666. Okay, at least on a 4 hourly, at least on a 4 hourly. So if that happens, it's eventually around 0.12-ish levels, not much holding us. And if that breaks, like if that one holds, not much holding us until we come to these levels, okay, where we might meet some resistance. Then again, if we break any 4 hourly candle above the top of this box, that would be 0.1422 levels, not much holding us until the yellow line, guys. Okay, so Dodge, it held. Look, 4 hourly. In the daily, maybe you can't see it much because this is definitely not a hammer. Okay, I know many out there, especially if you searching Google, many people would tell you that this is a hammer. I'm telling you it's not. Okay, it's not. But when you look at the 4 hourly, you see that, you know, after the downtrend, you know, market was kind of confused and so on and so forth. So far so good. On top of the market confusing, well, confused part, we also saw some nice divergence developing. Okay, on the RSI, which is not bad. Yeah, but like I always tell you guys, it's good to combine both indicators, of course. I mean, both Eastern and Western indicators. But I basically put a lot of weight into, like, not a lot. The first weight I put into is the Eastern indicators, but then I definitely do not neglect what the Western is telling me. Because sometimes, in some cases, you know, the Western indicators be telling you, you know, be careful. So be careful, even though Eastern is telling you otherwise. Okay. Well, so far so good. Got to break above certain levels, and then we could see some more rise, higher areas. Dodge. Yeah, I'll call it chasing the bunny. When I was a kid, you chase a bunny, and it stops when it thinks it's far enough, and when you get closer, it runs again. It's true. Talking about stop loss, it's true. It's true. I understand what you mean. Like I've never chased a bunny, but I can imagine. Sometimes there's this area I visit, and they have a lot of bunnies here and there, and you know, they're always calm and, you know, sitting in in the place they're sitting, and then when you start to get a bit closer to them, they just run off. So I get what you mean. It's a nice way to see it also, you know. A nice way, well, another way to explain that as well. But it is a bit like that, you know, because stop losses, just like everything else, you should be also flexible when it comes to stop losses as well. Same thing to the upside, same thing to the downside. Like when you see, you know, some new development, if you're already in early, early, okay, and you're good to go, then you just raise it. Just raise it, raise it, raise it. And, vice versa when it's, the opposite. So yeah, Dutch looking good, guys. So far, so good. I don't know, like it's very nice that Bitcoin holding support, fine. But like I said, unless we can break above, and we're being conservative right now, okay? We can break above 16,430-ish dollars on a 4 hourly at least. Not much to do here, really. And on an hourly, if we break above 16,448-ish, okay, then we can, come back and retest these levels. But I like that the fact that the market is confused. But like I said, it's the fundamentals fighting with the analysts, because we got this bad news, news that's sending bad vibes around the market. And then we have those analysts that are playing, the market according to technical analysis. So obviously, I think, in my opinion, I think that's where we are seeing the confusement, from. Could be wrong, but that's what I think. Let's have a look at render. I don't remember Freedom Sound, but when you asked me to have a look at render, I remember saying that it was looking good. I don't remember though if it was here or here. I don't remember at all, okay? But it held support also as well. There's nice, divergence going on. Well, yeah, at least on the histogram. And not much. Well, yeah. Actually, on both oscillators, okay? Shortly said, on both oscillators. We are developing positive momentum. Backday is looking bullish. We got a nice, run to the upside. But right now, if we come back and, retest, 0.44-ish, 0.43, and if we break 0.43, old resistance areas. It's a bit hard to see, but, old resistance areas. Then we can come back and retest, prior lows, which is, yes, okay. But it played out. It was a nice one that you asked us to have a look at. So I think anybody that was watching the stream then is glad about, not missing that one for the run. This is the good thing, when the community itself is active and so on, because I can definitely not have an eye on every crypto market out there. So, when you guys, contribute with other, markets and so on that look good, it benefits many other people that maybe are keeping an eye on it as well. So 0.44, we are at support right now. If we can hold this, let me just draw a box. Well, I think there's already a box. Let me just, change it because it was old resistance levels. Just gonna change the color. Go. Yeah. Resistance area, hold on. So we break this, we can come back and retest these levels again. That would be around 0.4-ish, for a start. And then even, range in these areas. But moving averages for render, it's still looking bearish. I'm looking at my other screen, it's looking bearish. On this one, still looking bearish also. But 4 hourly is a different story. The 20 period is above the 50 period, and here it is kind of holding the short-term moving average is acting as some type of support right now, okay? But I don't see any direct reversal indications right now on the 4 hourly. Like maybe let's give it maybe a few more hours and we might see something. But I don't see anything yet on the 4 hourly. Let's have a look on the hourly chart. Like there is sell pressure. I see. There is definitely some sell pressure, but we are holding support and this. There's some nice divergence as well, building. Okay. So, okay, what we need to do with render, at least for a start, we need to break above $0.46, okay, on an hourly level. That's old support, new resistance. I can just do this. So you guys follow. Cool. So if you break above this one, then we are gonna meet another resistance around these levels, okay, 0.489 to 0.49-ish levels. But if we break above that one, even on an hourly note, okay, not much holding us. Well, okay, let's be a bit more conservative because I don't want to see 0.49 and then you see it, come back down around 0.45 levels and so on, okay? So these areas right here, change color. So if we can, break above, the top of this, box, okay, 0.509 on an hourly candle, not much holding us until 0.55-ish to 0.56-ish levels, okay? And we're talking hourly. If it breaks hourly above, this level, I should pull this one a bit closer here. We might come and see it test these levels, but then if we break above this level, not much holding us until the next one, okay? So that's render. That's render. Guys, by the way, if you like the content so far, if you're finding value in the stream, go ahead and smash that like button and that bell for notifications, because if you miss it, because sometimes, well, mostly it is time sensitive what we speak about with the chat and everybody, it's time sensitive, so hit that bell just to be notified in time. It's only better for you if you do, okay? Okay, so that's render pretty much. It's sick how Bitcoin is really, like, bulls are really trying to fight this one out. They are really doing their best to do it. Okay, friends, I think for today, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you found value in the stream. And if you did, like I just said a second ago, keep on hitting that like just for engagement's sake, and share it with people you love and want to see thrive with you as well. And hit that bell to be notified in time. And if you have any requests and so on when I'm not live, just go ahead, write it down in the comment section, and the one that's most most wanted or requested, you can have a look at it at the next live, or maybe I'll make a short video and so on, okay? Chat, beautiful people, thank you for tuning in, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all and all the contributions in between. I hope you have a nice day tomorrow, a good sleep tonight, and take care of each other. And I'll see you on the next one. Good night.